Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing this wonderful Monday morning? Yes, ASM live show is back. And this time we are just right on time, and we promised to be here at 9 o'clock Athens time, but it's actually 6 a.m. GMT, and we are live and we are broadcasting to all over the world. I hope you've tuned in to this show of ours this wonderful Monday morning, which we are going to be speaking about consistency. Yes, today we are going to be speaking about consistency. It's a wonderful day, and I wonder how you spent your weekend. My weekend was a beautiful weekend, and I am happy that it's Monday morning. I am enjoying this Monday morning, and I am grateful to God for such a wonderful time that is given me over the weekend and a good beginning to the week. So, I am going to welcome each and every one of you, but first and foremost, let me mention the very first people who have logged on to this live stream. August Rush, Ave Shama, and Alex Njoros. Hi, Alex. I can see you waving there. How are you? I hope that you had a good weekend and you are beginning the week well. Yes, this is ASM Live Show, and we are going to be consistent this time. This is what I'm believing. As we have begun well, we will continue well. At the end of this show, I'm going to give you 7 steps on how to be consistent. And we can admit, each and every one of us, that many times we have not been consistent. We've promised to do a thing, we've not done it. We have started on a project and not finished it. And this is due to lack of being consistent. But we are, by the end of this show, we are gonna have the steps to be consistent, and we are not gonna be inconsistent again in the future. That is what I'm believing. As long as you are gonna stick to these steps that I'm gonna give you at the end of the show. This morning when I woke up, I was reading, as I usually read several things. I read my Bible, I pray, and I face the day as it comes. I read also other materials, and I was reading one article on Goldcast by talking about one guy called Zach Vlogger. Zach Vlogger is someone who has been overweight for quite some time, and he actually lost 240 pounds. In kilograms, that is around 180 kilograms. And as he was weighing some, at the beginning of it, he was weighing, I mean, the highest that he ever weighed was 463 pounds, which is 210 kilograms for those who use kilograms. And he lost it all until 223 pounds. That's 100, slightly above 100 kilograms. And one of the quotes that Zach Vlogger said in the article is that he said, "Don't give up. Losing massive amounts of weight takes time, and more importantly, consistency." And once I read that, I asked myself, am I being consistent in the things that I said I would do? Have I been consistent on the ASM live show? And you and I know that this show started some time back, and we did a few episodes, and I'll have to admit that they were very great episodes, not only in what I believe, but also the feedback that I got from those people who are watching it. It was such a wonderful time. We got some great feedback from the people who are watching it, and we achieved several goals in the few episodes that we did. And then due to circumstances, as every other time, due to circumstances, the show did not continue consistently, but we are back. And as we are back, I remember this quote, or this verse that I read in the Bible of Apostle Paul, who is speaking to the Philippians, and he tells them in Philippians 3:13 and 14. It tells them, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead, I press on towards the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenwards in Christ Jesus. I mean, even Apostle Paul had issues with consistency, not only you, not only I. And so, what we are going to take from this message to the Philippians, which we also take it to be ours, is to not give up on our fight, not give up on our dreams, to keep moving until we win the prize, to keep moving until we succeed in the business that we have, to keep moving until we get there. And this wonderful Monday morning, as you face the week, I am wishing that you face the week positively. I'm wishing that you face the week with confidence, and I am wishing that you go through the week with consistency. Huh? And for those of you who else are there and you're listening, I would like you to say something, to ask a question, or to comment on consistency. Have you been inconsistent in life? Have you found yourself not doing the things that you said you do, and they just don't go the way that you had thought when you began? What did you do? So if you're there, get back to me. I can see other people who have logged on as we are moving on. We have Ibrahim Isar, we have Brian Tilos, we have Ben Wilson Mwangi. Thank you for listening to my live stream. We have Yanis Briasulis. Thank you very much for being here with us. We have Taso Chuang Chen. Thank you for tuning in to the ASM live show. And this day we are talking about consistency. And we all agree that we have been inconsistent in one way or the other. Now, the dictionary definition of consistency is what? When I looked at it, it said consistent behavior or treatment. Now it talks about consistent behavior or treatment. But what is consistent? What is consistent? Consistent, when I looked at the same dictionary, it said marked by harmony, regularity, or steady continuity, free from variation or contradiction. Now, with that definition, you can look into your life and see whether you've been consistent enough, whether you have been regular, whether you have been steady in continuity, or you have been free from variation or contradiction, whether you have been, whatever you have been doing has been marked with harmony. So, as I promised, today, at the end of this show, I'm going to mention the 7 steps to consistency. If you're there and you're listening, whether live or through a recording, I'd like you to have these 7 steps, and you consider these 7 steps in order that you may remain consistent. We're going to go through them, and we're going to be done with this show of ASM live show this wonderful Monday morning. And I want to be consistent myself, even on this show and on other things in life. And so it's important that I have these steps in order in my life, and I would guess you would like to have the 7 steps in line with in steps in line with your consistency. I mean, the steps to keep you consistent in what you're doing. Step number 1, you're listening. Create specific, realistic goals. I mean, the reason that many of us do not take action in our dreams or on anything that we may have thinking is that we don't have goals. We don't have yearly goals. We don't have 5-year goals, 10-year goals, or any goals in life. And this is one of the reasons that you may be not consistent in doing what you are doing. So, what are specific goals? Now, specific goals are, now I may want to do a ASM live show every single day, but remember I have other things to do in life. So if I said to do it every single day, I may not be consistent. I may not promise that every day I'm going to do an ASM live show. I'm going to create a specific, realistic, and realistic means I set to do one show every week. And this takes us to step number 2. Break it down. Now, I may want to do 100 shows, but as I said before, I cannot do all these 100 shows in one day. I said today I'm going to do 100 ASM live shows, and I do them all even within 1 week. No, that may not be achievable. So what I have to break is the 100 shows I have to do. Maybe now I didn't come to think of this, but 100 shows are going to take a year and over, approximately 2 years to do 100 ASM live shows. Now, depending on what you want to achieve, and I always ask those people that I am in contact with to bring, to bring on the table some big dreams. Dream big, dream as big as you can. So if I want to do 100 ASM live shows, I'll have to look at how long it's going to take to achieve that and break it down. If I want to do it sooner, maybe within 1 year, then I'll have to do 2 shows every week. And that's how it goes. So to be consistent, look at the big goal that you have and break it down. Now, I'm content with 50 shows in a year. So that's about the weeks, 50 something weeks we have in a year. Please remind me, how many weeks do we have in a year? Okay, about 51 shows every year. Say I skip one. Let me try to be consistent as that. Or 50. Leave it at 50. Now, break it down. So, 1 show per week will give me 50 shows at the end of the year. Now, schedule it. That's point number 3. Step number 3. Schedule your goals. Schedule your weekly goals. Schedule your monthly goals. Schedule all the goals that you set. All the specific goals that you schedule them. Say, I'm going to be doing it now at this time every single week. Now, for example, my ASM live show, I'm setting it to do it every single Monday. So I have a goal of achieving 50 shows at the end of 1 year. Now, let's say starting now, because we have some weeks skipped. So starting now, August, and I just celebrated my birthday, so that would be a good thing to mark at the other end of my year, at the end of the birthday. The next time I'm celebrating my birthday, I'm going to look back and say, did I achieve the 50 live shows that I said I would do? And you're there. I'm accountable to you. So we'll be there together looking at it. So schedule it. Every single Monday, I do a live show. Now, if it doesn't happen on Monday, the same hour that I have set it at a later hour or at a later date. But at this, I'm saying this just in case there is something unavoidable that will make me to shift it. Otherwise, set it for that specific time and day. Okay? Now, 1, create specific realistic goals. 2, break it down. 3, schedule it. 4, put reminders. Now, this is wonderful. Now, you want to imagine that I have a lot of things to do through the week. And I also want to imagine that you have a lot of things to do through the week. And in all the noise of the ups and downs of life, you are subject to forget anything that you've set to do. Anything that you have said that you're going to do in life, you are likely to forget. A friend is going to ask you to go out with you tonight, and you'll forget that there is a homework you were to do. You'll forget that there's a dream that you were to chase. And everything And when the day is over, you just sweep that under the carpet and you say, forget it. So, because you forget it completely. Now, the way to avoid this is to set reminders that you are supposed to do a specific thing at a specific time. And this will keep you consistent in what you're doing. Now, you can schedule these on your calendar, on your diary, or you may have even an app that you set to remind yourself. Now, I like using the Google Calendar that is provided with the phone, and you can also use it too, and it's going to be good to go. So, put reminders. And one more thing about reminders. For accountability purposes, some of the goals that you set to do, is important that you let us know. Put reminders on your page, Facebook page. Put reminders on your Instagram. Put reminders where we're going to see, so that if you don't do it, we're going to remind you and ask you, hey, why did you not do what you said you'd do? And you'd put a reminder somewhere that you're going to do it. So that is going to be to keep you accountable to us. That is going to make you be consistent, because you put reminders and you remember that you are accountable to someone. Point number 5, or step number 5, is motivate yourself. Now, I may said to do ASM live show, but I'll have to admit at times, even though at other times there are circumstances that have been beyond my control, that I have not been able to do it, but at times I will say I was just not motivated enough to sit down and do the show. So I need motivation. I need something to motivate me to keep doing, to remind me that there is a show I'm supposed to run. And one way that you're going to be motivated in whatever that you're doing, in chasing your big dreams, is to have a why. We call it a why. Have a compelling reason. Have a strong reason why you have set that big goal. Have the reason why you have set those weekly goals. Have that reason that will make you skip some hours of sleep. I mean, sleep late or wake up very, very early, so that you may do what you set out to do. And that motivation is going to come by the big why that you have. So have a reason why you're doing it, and always find something to motivate you. Maybe videos, watch some motivating videos, imagine yourself having achieved that what you've set to do, and just imagine it. And if you imagine achieving what you set out to do, and keep doing what you're doing. And this is going to point number, or step number 6, which is just do it. Just do it. Now, I have great friends who have big dreams. They have good connections. They have great knowledge, but they are not just taking the steps. They are not moving. They are not doing it. And I hope you are not one of them, because you are my friend. I hope you are someone who has set out to do something and you're doing it. So, as one, you create specific and realistic goals, and 2, you break it down and you schedule it. That is 3, and you put reminders to do it, and you have things in position to motivate you. Then just do it. I mean, just do it. Take some action, and you're going to achieve whatever you dream to achieve at some point in life. Just do it and keep doing it. Just do it even when you are low on motivation. Find the motivation. Just do it even when your friends are not in agreement with you, but they don't know your dream. They don't know your purpose, but you know your purpose. You know what you want to achieve. Just do it. Just do it even when circumstances at times let you down, like they have done in the ASM live shows. Just do it even when you don't have people to go along with you. Now, this show is supposed to be on video with a guest, but scheduling guest has been a challenge for one reason or the other, and that was one of the challenges why it was not consistent. But just do it because you set out to do it. Just do it. And we are coming to the 7th step, and that is the last step. But let's repeat once again. Create specific goals, break them down, schedule them, put reminders, motivate yourself, and just do it. And once you achieve everything or anything that you achieve on the small goals that you have set, remember to take step 7, which is reward yourself. That's step 7. Reward yourself. Now, you see the many things that we set out to do sometimes seem hard. Sometimes we just feel discouraged because maybe there's no big thing to achieve for that little thing that you do today towards your big goal. I mean, one show will not achieve 100 shows. I mean, will not bring 100 shows. It's gonna be take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, and you may get tired along the way. And the way that you are going to keep moving on is if you reward yourself. As you look forward to achieve the big dream, reward yourself on the small goals that you achieve, the weekly goals. And ways to reward yourself are different, are many and different. And you know them. You know the way that you would like to reward. I mean, that thing that you enjoy, that thing that you are happy of doing. Take out yourself for lunch one day. I mean, watch a movie after you have achieved that business goal that you had said you will achieve for this week. Just do something good to make you feel good. Reward yourself, because that rewarding yourself, when you remember it next week when it comes, you're gonna do it again because you know there's a reward waiting at the end, that you're gonna have something that you love at the end. Once you have now, you see, at the end of this show, when I go through the day doing the other things I'm gonna do, or I go through the week doing the other things that I'm gonna be doing, I'm going to be happy because I achieved this goal that I set to do today. I set to do this ASM live show on a Monday morning at 6 a.m. GMT, and I've done it. And I'm happy. So I'm going to just, maybe if you love sleep, you can sleep. I can even sleep 30 minutes with confidence and wake up and go on with the other things I've said to do through the day. And the ways and means of rewarding yourself, you know them better than I do. So just go out there and reward yourself. And in closing, just go back through the 7 steps so that I remind you. And if you did not write them down and keep reading them, so that you be consistent in what you set out to do, so that you may achieve your big dream that you have, that you may succeed in that business that you set to succeed. These are the steps. 1, create specific, realistic goals. 2, break them down, or break the big dream down to smaller goals. Point number 3, or step number 3, is schedule it. Step number 4, put reminders. Step number 5, motivate yourself. Step number 6, just do it. And step number 7, reward yourself. So this is Anthony Samuel Murore, and I'm happy to have heard the ASM live show this wonderful Monday morning. If you're there, you're still listening, please wave to me or say something that you've gained from this show, as we are just about to log off. And now say hi to a few people who are still around. Mwangi Kiama, thank you for watching. Jeffrey Ferezi, thank you for logging on. Joshua Dianga, thank you for watching the live stream, this ASM live show. Tassos Polychroniathis, thank you for watching this ASM live show. Estelle Karaoke, Anali Harris, thank you. Tasso, again, Chuang Chen, thank you. And again, Yanis, Van Wilson Mwangi, Brian Trilos, Ibrahim Isa Ibraget, thank you. Abe Shama, Alex Njoros, Agas Rash, and you who is watching the recording of this show. I'm really thankful that you tuned into it, and I wish that you're going to be consistent in what you're doing and you're going to achieve your big dreams. Big dreams. Dream big and go for it. And I pray that you are blessed and remind you that you go out there and become a blessing to someone else. This is once again Anthony, and I'm signing off. Bye for now. See you next time.